Hello, hello. Well, we're in what the almost the last week of November, so Christmas is around the corner. Many are getting ready for Christmas, and this recording is going to be on Christmas, more on being financially wise. Hello, hello. How are you all today? I just felt I wanted to say something in regards to Christmas. I really want to help those who may be struggling with what to do and what not to do. Christmas is a time that is very joyous for many, and it's a time. This is not about whether you believe that Christ was born on that day or, or he wasn't. That's not what it's about. Because even people who are not religious or who don't go to church or who are not Christians still celebrate Christmas. The one thing I love about Christmas is how people turn on. They turn on the joy, they turn on being more peaceful, they turn on the giving. They really turn on something within themselves that really allows the holiday season to be so much more enjoyable. I wish we turned on like that all year round. But nevertheless, this video is more about being financially wise. I want to talk about what are your plans for Christmas? What are your plans for Christmas? Are you a gift giver? Do you buy gifts? Can you afford to buy gifts? What's your plan? And so this video is just to get you thinking, get you to rethink some of what you may be planning to do for Christmas, or to even implement some stuff. And I really want to talk about being financially wise from a I'm gonna start from the Christian point of view. It is not financially wise to go into debt for gifts. It is not financially wise to go into debt for gifts. No matter how much you want to justify that it doesn't look good or you love them. If number one, if you start saying that it doesn't look good, that's the number one in the clue indicator that you're buying gifts for the wrong reasons because it's going to look bad. If you even start off that way, wrong reason. You're buying a gift for that person for the wrong reason. Two, because you love them. So you don't love them any other time of the year. You don't love them in January, in February, in March, even the month before Christmas. You don't love them in November. I don't know what happens. We magically seem to have all this money. We magically do things we wouldn't normally do. We normally pull out credit cards. We go into so much financial stress and burden and debt just to I want to call it people please, because it's not going to look good, and because if I don't, what are they going to say? Well, if you're suffering with those thoughts, you need to reevaluate why you're giving gifts, who you're giving them to, and are they really deserving of your money, your time, and your energy. I want to really encourage you this Christmas holiday to really consider, can I really afford to be buying gifts? And if you haven't put away a certain amount of funds for for the month of December to be buying gifts, I don't encourage you to go and start buying gifts for December. If, for me as an example, if from, let's just say from January to December, let's say you make $10 and your expenses are $8, and you have $2 left to work with, and every other month that extra $2 was maybe for you to save, or maybe for you to put towards something for the future, or maybe I don't know what you're doing that extra $2. But if you didn't save those $2 for December to be able to cover gifts, instead of you using other resources, then you shouldn't be buying any gifts. It is one thing to I'm not against gift buying. Let me clarify that. I'm not against gift buying, but I am against people who don't have money all year round finding money, or finding credit card, or finding loans, or cutting back on their food, or cutting back on a bill to buy a gift. Now, your first commitment is to yourself, to your family, and to your expenses. Not to your family to buy gifts, to your family to provide shelter, food, and clothes if needed, nothing else. And if you have services, you took out contracts, you made agreements to pay your bills. Those are the first things before buying gifts. You don't buy gifts and say, well, I'll pay Bell Canada next month. Oh, I'll pay my rent next month. Oh, I just won't eat as much this week. If you don't need to eat that much this week, then you can cut back every other week and all the other months of the year. And if that is the case, it means that you should be or you have the discipline to be able to assign some extra money or put some extra money aside to for other things. But if you have not made that arrangement and you are already strapped for cash, you have bills to pay, and you're under the, oh, it's not going to look good, or I love them, or what are they going to say syndrome, then you should not be buying any gifts. If you owe people money, that should be your first priority. If you need to pay your rent, that is your priority. If you need to buy food in your house, that is your priority. If you have services that you need to pay up, that is your priority. Those are your priorities. Paying for shelter, for food, paying your bills that you told, made whatever agreement to the service provider that you're going to pay your bill on time at a certain time of the month. And also, if you owe people money, that's the time you should be, same way you find all that money to buy gifts, should be finding money to pay up debt. Why? Because your name is worth more than anything else. No matter how many gifts you buy people, you need to keep your name in good standing. I remember once someone told me they're going to buy me a gift, and I thought to myself, you owe me money. What do you mean you're going to buy me a gift? You need to give me my money, because if you give me my money, I could buy my own self my own gift. But now I don't have my money, and you're gonna buy me a gift that I probably could have bought myself if you had given me my money. And so I really want you guys to really think long and hard about the character that you're leaving with people, the impressions that you're leaving, not only with others, but even for yourself. If you can't keep your own word to yourself in paying your bills on time, making sure you have roof over your head, keeping your word to your service providers, keeping your word to others, then you have no business giving people gifts. You have no business saving face, looking good, people pleasing at Christmas time if you have no integrity all year round. And so today I want to encourage you to really look at your expenses, then look at how much cash flow you have. And if you don't have any extra to buy gifts, you just don't. Yes, I know it doesn't feel good. I know it doesn't feel good. But then maybe you should have thought about that in the beginning of the year, to start putting aside some money to prepare for that particular to prepare for Christmas. But you cannot all of a sudden find $500, $1,000, $2,000 out of in the month of December that you never had before. How are you going to find it? You're going to find it by using credit card? No, that's not wise. I'm going to jump on, if you are a believer, you're not supposed to go into debt. And worse, you should not be, the scripture, the borrower is slave to the lender. So when you go and you borrow money, whether from somebody personal that you know or from some kind of credit union or organization, you have made an agreement to take their money and you must pay it back on time. Then if you don't have the money, then you incur interest. Then over time that interest causes you stress, and then the payments cause you stress, and then it becomes stressful because you just added on another bill that you never had in the first place because you want to look good. I encourage you this holiday season to identify your income, your expenses, and if there's no money for gifts, you just don't give gifts. The best gift you can give people is financial freedom and not to go into debt. If people love you and care about you, they would want you to be financially stress-free, not taking out or accumulating more debt to please them or to make yourself not look bad. That's not a good reason. You should make yourself not look bad to your landlord, make yourself not look bad to your kids by having food in your house, make yourself not look bad to the service providers who are providing you service. You should make yourself not look bad to those who you've said that you owe money to, or that you've borrowed money from, you haven't given it to. Those are who you should be considered about looking back to, not all these extra people that you've met in the year, or people that you didn't buy gifts for before and you're going to buy gifts for now, or family members who you haven't seen. That's not important, because after December 25th, December 26th comes, December 27th, 28th, 29th, December 30th and 31st, and then January comes. The reality comes. Rent is due, certain bills are due, car insurance is due, things have to be food has to be put into the house. All these things still have to go on. So I really encourage you to either identify some free gifts ideas or cheap gift ideas. If you have a little bit of money, get very creative. If somebody likes to journal, simply get them a nice journal and some pens. If somebody likes maybe a movie, you can get them a movie ticket. If they they need to clean their house, maybe you can offer a free service to go over and help them. If they have kids, offer babysitting services. So many things that you can do. Maybe you can decide if you like to cook, maybe cook them a couple meals for the week. I don't know, but instead of buying things, and yes, obviously to prepare, give someone meals or whatever it is, you have to obviously buy things. But if you have something in your house that you can stretch or share without going out of your way, or if it's going to cost you not too much to be able to add a little bit to be able to bless someone, then you can do that. But you cannot bless someone while feeling like it's a curse. We cannot bless people with gifts and then incur the curse of debt, incur the curse of credit card companies calling us, or having our or accumulating a high amount in loans because we want to buy gifts. That doesn't make any sense. How can you bless and then entangle yourself in a financial curse? It doesn't make any sense. And so I really feel compelled to tell you guys to cut this out, this looking good feeling bad thing. It doesn't work, because when you do that, the people you've bought gifts for are in their houses and they don't know what you're going through, yet you sit there and you start to build up resentment, or you become bitter, you become angry, and then you're stuck with these bills and no one to help you but yourself. But guess who put you there? You and no one else. So this Christmas, wise up. This Christmas, don't do anything that's going to put you in any additional financial burden that you may already be in, and just look for ways that you can help someone. You can help them, or you could give them something, a cheaper you can express love in a cheaper way. It doesn't have to be something elaborate. It doesn't have to be $100 gift. It doesn't have to be the best of what it is. It just really needs to be thoughtful and caring, and be something that the person needs. Many times we spend money on things and give people things that they have no need for, they don't even want, and it ends up in their closet, down in the basement, in the corner of their house. And while you're there feeling so good, you give them a gift, they're not using it. So this holiday season, once again, do not go into financial debt. Make sure you're able to cover your bills when January 1st comes, and make sure you're not going to bless anyone while incurring a curse on yourself by going into debt and having accumulate and running up your credit card bills or loans or anything else, taking out your savings, for a one day. It is very nice to give. I love to give. I truly, sometimes I think God knows why he doesn't give me too much money, because I just walk around just giving people things. But there comes a time when we have to take care of our own business, and we cannot take care of others while we're upset. We can't take care of others when we are financially strapped. And so please really consider this holiday what you can do and what you can't do. And whatever that you can't do, you just need to say a prayer and ask God to make a way, show you a way. Maybe the people you're buying gifts for, they don't even want a gift. Maybe they just want to go and hang out with you. Just spend some time. Something very, very simple. We think we giving people all these things, this gift for the year, seeing them one time for the year, is what really makes them happy. But it's not. Maybe it's something more. Maybe it's making plans to actually go and do something with them that which is more long lasting, creates a memory and an experience, instead of giving a gift, dropping a gift off and not seeing them or speaking to them again. Maybe catching up on the phone, doing something. We have to identify free and cheap ways to express love. Not cheap as in I don't mean tacky, or cheap as in it has to cost $1. No, it could be, if you like to spend hundreds of dollars on a gift, make it a little bit cheaper. It could be $50, $70 instead. I don't mean cheap. Everybody cheap to each person is it's subjective. So when I say cheap, I mean cheaper than what you would normally spend, or cheaper than what you think you need to spend on that particular person. Not cheap as in buy a, I don't know, a $1 card, and hey, nothing's wrong with $1 card. I personally don't do $1 cards, just my thing. I prefer to really invest in a really nice, thoughtful card. That's my thing. Some people, $1 card, that's their thing. No problem. Whatever you can afford, whatever you can manage, that's what you do. But that's an example for me. I don't, cheap for me is not buying a $1 card. Cheap for me might be, you know what, I can't really afford a gift, but I'm gonna go find a very nice card. And I know cards can range from anywhere from what, $1 to even up to $20 based on design and material and creativity and pictures that's in there. And so for me, that might be a cheaper gift. It's finding a nice card, with some really nice words, and then I add something that is really meaningful, letting the person know how I feel about them. That for me is a cheaper gift. It's not a cheap gift, it's a cheaper gift. And so for me, that becomes more meaningful than I just go to the mall, buy them something, give it to them, versus I can get them a nice card. I spend some time looking into the card, looking into the style, and thinking, what can I say to this person to let them know that they really mean much to me, or that I appreciate them being in my life. That's an example of a cheaper gift. Again, cheaper gift might be just offering some kind of service, cleaning service, babysitting services. If you have a skill, help them out. I have a friend that designs stuff. She's been very helpful in helping me design some stuff. And so I'm a baker. I'll be probably baking for some people for Christmas, using my gift to bless others, because I may not be able to afford to buy them clothing or other types of items, but I'll definitely be baking, so give them some baked goods. And so let's be wise this holiday, and let's not go into any financial debt to impress anyone. First person you want to impress is yourself. You want to impress yourself by being honest and having integrity in being diligent in maintaining your own expenses, your own bills. And don't get me wrong, if you can cut back on some, this is a good time to cut back on some services. If you have cable, you don't watch TV, cut it off. You have a house phone and a cell phone, you're not using the house phone, cut it off. Just get rid of it. If you have a cable package that you're not really watching all those channels, cut it down. There's ways to save money and to do and pay for other things that you may really want to do. So we can also examine what services we have in our own life and see where we can cut back. Anyways, everyone, have a wonderful, wonderful rest of evening. It was so nice to come on, and it's always wonderful to come on and share something with you guys. It gives me much joy to share, and also to help you to not feel the burden of guilt and to be stressed. And I really just want people to learn to really be honest in themselves. And for believers, we're supposed to worship God in spirit and in truth. And if we're doing any gift given in the flesh to look good, being pretentious, we already violated a law, and we're not going to get any blessing from that. God does not bless flesh. Anything we do with pride, lack of humility, trying to look good, impress others, being pretentious, there's no blessing coming from that. So if we're giving gifts with with those motives, the gift won't even mean anything. So think about why you're giving gifts this holiday, and if it's not done with pure motives, don't waste your time. If it's not done with good intentions, don't waste your time. Don't waste your money, don't waste your energy, and stop trying to look good to others. Because sometimes you go out of your way and you do things with the wrong motives, and the person doesn't even care, because they know that you and them aren't really in anything. So just save yourself the stress, save your money, and save the headache of incurring debt on yourself this holiday season. So when Christmas comes, have a merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.